Delhi, it's over 40 degrees, the roads are choked with traffic and the air is thick with pollution. It's enough to drive anyone crazy. But if you take a detour away from the flyovers, the highways and the malls, you might find yourself in a forest brimming with life, right in the middle of the city. One that wasn't always here. This is the Yamuna Biodiversity Park, one of the few green spaces in the country that's doing ecological restoration the right way. The solution to climate change often begins with planting more trees. But not all plants are created equal, and not every green campaign or plantation drive is as green as it seems. In fact, some can even do more harm than good. Every shrub, tree and rock here has been carefully planned and placed with a scientific approach and thoughtful intent to create a thriving, natural, self-sustaining ecosystem. I'm Anushka Rajesh, climate correspondent at the Quint, and I'm here to meet Dr. Faiyaz Khudsar, the brains behind this project. He's going to show us around and tell us a bit more about its hidden details. Sir, to begin with, can you tell us about how you got attached to this project? What was this place like before and what was the vision that you had for it?
Actually, my mentor, my teacher, the legendary ecologist Professor C.R. Babu, who came out with the concept of Biodiversity Park, his idea and his dream, I thought as a student I do something, as well as the city who helped me to grow up should do something for the city and the city of Delhi. Biodiversity Park, Delhi Biodiversity Park is a joint collaborative program between DDA and Delhi University. It was in fact, it was a barren area with a small farmlands in bits and pieces. Some vegetables are grown and all. Since soil was highly sodic, nothing was growing. So almost it was a barren area. There were some places where water logging was taking place, and therefore this area was completely degraded floodplain of river Yamuna.
And how much time did it take for you to transform the place to what we see now?
Actually, you know, the Biodiversity Park is a very unique concept given by Professor Babu, and it itself suggests that how in a small period of time, like in 7 to 10 years, you get functional ecosystem established, because these natural system never get completed. What we do, we try to come to a stage where system becomes functional and it start giving you ecological goods and services in terms of water, air and many other benefits at ecosystem level. And that is the place where we see, oh yes, ecosystem starts operational, it got operational, and then further it grows, many things dies, many things grows. It's a system. You see now there is a feather, you see peafowl, feather, look at it, peacock feather, yeah, so it will go back to the soil, whatever you see, there are many. So it is different from other greens. There are many greens in city, many greens, but those greens are either combination of exotic species or few native, many exotic. But this is the place where neither we are doing afforestation or we doing reforestation or we carrying out plantation. Instead, we are doing what you call ecological restoration. What it suggests? It suggests that you support an ecosystem which is degraded, damaged or even lost to recover. So that recovery of ecosystem has been initiated, because establishing forest community is not easy. It cannot be on whim and fancy of individual. Until you look at the ecological history, if you bring of your own, thinking that you are magician, it cannot be sustainable. The moment you say environment, you start plantation quickly. What to plant, where to plant, that is very essential. Even we never understand that how keystone species functions. For example, bargad and people. you see, bargad and people are being planted in any protected areas, any forest area. If you go, you will rarely see any bargad or people or neem even. Why? Because they grown with the human being. The evolution took place. Even the forest area, if you find bargad people, it might be, 1 in 200 hectares, because they are king of the forest, because they are the keystone species. But
What
now,
does that mean, that they're king of the forest? They take in more nutrients?
yes, yeah, they require more energy, and when you plant that very species everywhere, then what will happen? You need associates. As I said, without praja, raja cannot stay. So you need associates. So here we have created that association. Slowly we'll move. I am going ahead, don't worry. You will see this is a different grass, this is a different grass, that is a different grass, that is a different plant, that is entirely different, this is different. So in a small place you have, you have so much of diversity that this place become,
Ecosystem
place
of
for
its own.
high biodiversity value. You see now how ecosystem processing takes place. These are all what you call mushroom, wild mushroom, toadstool. It is in fact poisonous, and they start ecological processing on the dead debris. When these grasses die, when the leaves die, how they will initiate what you call mix into soil. So this is the process. You see the process which you won't find everywhere. We realized that there is Indian hares along river Yamuna, they feed on it. So we brought these grasses, and this grass brought Indian hares into it. So energy flow started at the ground, and this is the way we added bit by bit to the food chain, ultimately to the food web. So entire ecology was not only understood but very systematically planned. This is Tamarix aphylla. This is native of a riverine system, and this also suggests that your soil is alkaline and subsoil aquifer is very high. So these are the indicators through which we actually learned, and we brought what you call assemblage of a species. Let's go to this side. Come. This is the example suggesting the nilgais are so active. You see here, and these are all Indian hares, tiny one. This is nilgai, big one. See now. Look at this noise.
Can you tell us some of these kind of success stories where, moments where you felt like, oh, this is really working?
In the beginning, one of the wetland started behaving abnormally with a lot of plants growing inside, aquatic plants especially. They grown so much that there was an algal bloom creating problem. So we were upset. We went inside. We took our shorts and went inside, and out of emotion started removing it without thinking that is not ecological process. Then we realized that the herbivory, especially the grass eating animals, are not there in the water. So what are those? They are fishes. So that way we started, and now wetland is free of those weeds. But what I am trying to convey, we were emotionally charged to the system. The moment see, something going bad, jumped into it to protect it. Without, initially you are emotional, then you realize, no, you are a scientist also. You please think in the direction of science, and then you find solution, and we found solution. So that, and somewhere, for example, the day we saw in 2016, first time we saw photograph of hog deer, we jumped. Oh my God, hog deer! And I sent it to many friends that to identify whether I am wrong or right. Everybody says, no, it's a hog deer.
What is special about
It's a hog deer is a small deer, and historically it was found in Yamuna river basin. And in Delhi Gazetteer of 1892 and 1912 suggested that there were a lot of hog deer which we lost. And suddenly you find that animal after so many years, how you will feel. So I could not realize that this is the animal. So that way you feel that your interventions are going in right direction. There are many These are all green beetle making noise.
These ones?
Go closer to the nest. It is silver-billed munia, which I see bringing grasses and adding to it.
Can you tell us a little bit more about
It's a small, tiny munia, beautiful bird, and he is sitting there. You see, come, who's sitting there, right there. And that bird is beautiful, and that bird is trying to, though it appears to be late for that bird. And this is the extent you can see that how extreme weather pattern can changes their nesting behavior. Not only that, they won't succeed because still we expect a lot of rain. So the nesting process won't be completed. It will be fallen, wet. So that when you say that how climate change is going to harm various organisms, this is one of the way. Environment has been wiped out from the development matrix. So there the consequences are, you have serious problem air pollution, you have problem of heat island, you have problem of what you call groundwater depletion, you have very fast surface runoff. So all these things, actually you have less climate resilient infrastructure. So these are all problem in urban center like Delhi. Then how you mitigate it? You mitigate it through establishing ecological processes or bringing back those ecological processes which was historically there. And this is one of the approach to bring back those ecological processes. And Biodiversity Park, as I said, is not only helpful in carbon sequestration and reducing carbon footprint, but it acts as a beautiful vegetation buffer. And even what you call pollution is being produced at the road, and with wind that crosses this entire vegetation buffer and get cleaned. And certainly AQI get reduced by 50% in Biodiversity Park. So that is the basic objective.
Like this one, Delhi has 6 other biodiversity parks built on the same principle, making it the only city in India with this many. Planting trees is a start, sure, but restoring nature, rebuilding lost ecosystems, that's where the real impact lies. And places like the Yamuna Biodiversity Park show us what's possible when we work with nature and not against it.